I'm sure if we look back in a few years, it, it's going to be kind of cool to look back on, or it might just be really, really cringeworthy.
I'm really hoping that all the funniest bits get pulled out to embarrass you at the wedding.
That would be good if we could pull this out at your wedding. But no, I mean we're 8 episodes in. This is number 8, I think, including pilots and everything.
Pilots?
What do you mean?
We didn't really do a pilot.
We did do a pilot. It was a test for the people, and the people obviously said that the demand from the people was so great that obviously we needed to continue going.
I mean, I don't know how great the demand is because we've been like 2 months without doing one of these.
I've been getting an earful from people. If you would ever share it with anybody, then maybe you'd get the same backlash that I get when we don't do one for a while.
Oh, I have a good story. It's not a really long story. It's a very brief tale, but one of those things that even 40 years down the line, you'll be laying in bed and wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and be like, "Oh, I wish I hadn't done that."
Yeah, go for it.
What's the comment thing?
Oh, yeah.
So, you remember Alex Cunningham that I went to school with?
Alex Cunningham, the one that you said, get fucked.
No, that wasn't her.
I thought it was.
No, that was Jess Higgins. So
you have to tell that story as well afterwards.
I can't remember it properly. So I was texting a girl who it turned out was really unattractive, but someone introduced me to her through Facebook.
Wait, is this the get fucked story?
Yeah. And this girl clearly knew how to take a very good photo because I met her in person and she was about 3 feet tall and a good 2.5 feet wide. She was a squat human being with terrible skin and crap hair. She was just an unattractive human. But I was texting her and we started to kind of I don't know, I would check in on her and stuff, and we were nice to each other. And I'd said that I was going to a house party.
We were nice to each other.
No, because it wasn't like we were dating or anything. We were just kind of, I don't know. I was like
years old. What's wrong with you?
I was only like 13. I don't know.
Fair enough. I played the game when I was 13.
I was going to a house party, and I can't remember how it went, but
I remember how it went.
A house party at 13.
Yeah, okay, maybe I was 15. Anyway, so
You look 13.
All right, fine. So she
probably 12.
Text me. I think this is the right way around. Asking, because she was kind of being jealous about me spending time with other girls. She messaged me saying "get fucked?" ?
No, she didn't. No.
The other way around.
No, so you're messing it up.
Yeah.
So the way that it went was James went to this party that this girl didn't go to, and so she texted him the next day asking how the party was, and he was like, "Oh, it was fine. Some decent people were there. So and so was there. So and so was there." And this girl's response was, "Get fucked." No punctuation. And James came and found me and was like, "What do you think I do about this?" I was just answering the question, and she tells me to go and get fucked. And I was like, "Yeah, you must have done something with some. Were you drunk? Did you say something? Did you do something that's gone back to her?" And he's like, "No, I haven't done anything. I don't understand." And he texts back. I have no idea what your response was, but it was something very meek and mild. And she said, "Oh, sorry, get fucked." ?
Yeah, I thought she just told me to get fucked.
I mean, it would have been fair.
It would have been funnier, yeah. But no, so this.
What's it like that?
I don't know. I didn't know her very well. So this other one.
Did you say who asks it like that?
Yeah, get fucked.
One of the lads, really.
But yeah, so this Alex Cunningham I went to school with, and I haven't spoken to her since I went to school with her.
Since you were in love with her?
Yeah. And when me and Laura got engaged, she commented on the post.
Well, you were in love with her?
Yeah, I had a huge crush on her.
Oh, for forever, Laura. He was obsessed with this girl.
Not forever. YouTube viewers, if you could look how pissed my fiance looks right now.
Well, you can just turn the camera.
No, she looks like shit. Hey, look, she looks a lot angrier now. Anyway, so I'll explain that to you later. It's no big deal. Long story short, you're not the first person I proposed to. I'm kidding. So I again was a kid and I had a huge crush. Anyway, I hadn't spoken to this girl since school, and she commented saying, "Oh my god, I can't believe it! Congratulations to you both." And she's never met Laura, so it was just a nice thing to do. And it popped up on my Facebook today that it was her birthday, and I was like, I mean, she's got a boyfriend. She lives with her. Like they just bought a house with her boyfriend. And I scrolled down because I didn't want to comment on, like, I didn't want to message her on Instagram if I was remembering that she'd commented wrong. So I scrolled down. I was like, oh no, she did comment. Cool. So I sent a message that I thought would. So it opened up a message, and I typed out, "Happy birthday, stranger. Hope you have a good one." Because it was nice, and I didn't realize that it sent the photo of us getting engaged to her. So in a really, like, if you're an ex-girlfriend and you show up on your ex-boyfriend's front door wearing a wedding dress, like "Happy birthday." I'd pretty much done that equivalent, and I was like, "Oh, I'm the biggest fucking creep now ever." And then I messaged her, and I tried to say a regular human message, and because I was by this point profusely sweating, I messaged her saying, "Not sure why I sent it with the picture. Now it seems like a really creepy message, more than an innocent phallus birthday message." I don't know what a phallus birthday message is. I've got no idea what that word even means, but I sent that in a panicked rush and didn't realize. And she said, like, "Haha, don't worry about it." And then I sent her another message like, "So what do you actually do these days?" And she's just not read it. She hasn't replied. She's clearly gone, "He's well weird now."
Dodged a bullet there. You idiot. Wait, have you checked to make sure that you're still friends?
No. I mean, if we're not, I'm really not bothered. It would have been a really nice thing to happen. But if it doesn't work out, like I hadn't spoken to her in a long time, it's not like I'm going to miss her out of life. I really fucked up being a regular human being.
So I have mine's similar-ish, but it's not. I'm not quite as ridiculous. Okay, so there's this girl that her name was Nina, and I shouldn't have said her name on this. I was stupid because I'm going to get texts from anybody who watches this that went to HBU now. Her name was Nina, and so her and I used to talk whenever I was at HBU. This was before I got married.
Yeah, I know who Nina is.
How do you know who Nina is?
For some reason, we're friends on Facebook.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, so her and I used to talk, and like for a little while had a little thing, but nothing ever really materialized. She was a senior when I was a freshman, so she graduated before me, and then once she graduated, I didn't see her very much. We kept in touch, but she moved to Dallas, and then she moved back, and it was just like it kind of faded apart.
Mm.
And so I mean, we would still bump into each other every now and then because everyone always goes to the same places whenever you go out in Houston, especially if you're from HBU. So I'd still see her every now and then, and we were always friendly. We had no reason not to be. And then I got married, and out of like being respectful for being married, I was like, she's kind of an ex,
right?
So I don't need to talk to her. It's not a big. I mean, I didn't unfriend her or anything. Like I didn't go through all that, but it's just like I just don't need to talk to her as much. And so then when everything happened and we separated and got divorced and blah blah blah, I was like, oh well, Nina's always been a good friend. I'll see what's going on with her. So I text her. I mean, I've been divorced now for 2 years. This month, actually, 2 years this month, which is crazy.
It's anniversary.
Yeah, happy me. So I texted her maybe like 3 years ago, like whenever we were going through all of the separation stuff, just like, hey, just seeing how things are going. Haven't spoken to you in a while, just checking in. And she effectively was like, no, I'm not doing this. Like I wasn't a good enough friend for you to keep whenever you were married, so I'm not a good enough friend for you now, basically.
Okay.
You know, all right. So I mean, the same thing though. Like every now and then she'd come up, or I'd see something on Instagram, or she would like something of mine, or I would like something of hers. So like we were always like there or thereabouts, like we knew what was going on with each other. And then probably the end of last year, like maybe October or November-ish last year, I was going through Bumble and Tinder and all that like lonely single stuff, and Nina pops up on Bumble. And so I took a screenshot of her profile and I texted it to her and I was like, should I swipe right or left? And she says, that's up to you. So, I mean, I don't even remember what I did. I probably swiped left just to like avoid any awkwardness. But but like it like opened up conversation again. And so like we talked for a little bit, and she's like, honestly, I'm really not all that comfortable with this. And I was like, why is that? She's like, well, because I feel like you're sloppy seconds. And I like explained the situation to her. And I was like, I don't really know what did you want to remain my not what's the opposite of sloppy seconds? Like clean,
Fancy first.
fancy first. Yeah. Did you want to remain my fancy first while I was married? Because I feel like that would have been an issue for absolutely everybody involved.
Mm.
And she's like, well, no, I guess I understand your point. I was like, well, so I'm not asking to start dating you or anything. I'm not.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking to see how you were doing. Honestly, that's really all it was. And she's like, no, that's fine. I mean, we can, if you're looking for a friend, we can be friends. That's fine. I was like, all right, cool. So then every now and then, like maybe every week or so, I would like try and be friendly. And I would like send her a message. Or like I'd ask her how work was going, like that kind of stuff.
Mm.
And so New Year's, I text her and all it said was happy fucking New Year's. No response. I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. She probably got a lot, or she thought it was like one of those generic, you send it to everybody things.
Mm.
And so I texted her like a week or so later. And it was something I was asking her, because she has her own blog. And I was looking at doing some freelance writing. And I wanted to ask her about where she started writing. So I texted her, and normally, so she has read receipts on.
Mm-hmm.
And so even if you don't have read receipts on it, your phone will tell you when a message has been delivered, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this message didn't say read and it didn't say delivered. And I was like, oh, that's weird. So I texted her again like a few days later and was like, I thought that was a reasonable enough question for an answer. And no response. I was like, no. So I texted her yesterday and was like, oi, did you block my number? Not delivered. So I'm assuming out of nowhere, she just blocked my number.
Wow.
Right. Which long story short, I think that's what Alex should do to you.
No, it's not. I'm not hoping that happens. So, I mean, it's her birthday right now, so she's just out being busy is what I think, but it doesn't even say seen. So, but the good thing about Instagram and Facebook and whatever else.
You know, did you know on Instagram you can unsend messages?
Ah, that would have been great to know.
You can still go back and do it, I'm pretty sure.
It's fine. I mean, she's seen it now.
Good job, mate.
Yeah, like it's such a weird thing to do. If it wasn't like a really creepy thing to do, it's pretty much like, happy birthday, do you want to talk about this? Oh, it's such a dickhead. I mean, I haven't gone into like a panicked cold sweat about talking to a girl since I was about 7. Wow, that's not true until I was like 16.
Yeah,
I just absolutely freaked out. I was like, oh God. I think I'm a nutcase.
Well, yeah.
So what I've done is I've cut some of my hair off and I've sent it to her in the post to make her feel better.
I think she'll like that, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, she didn't say anything about the dog shit I put through a letterbox, but I really think this one she'll like.
What's wrong with him? Okay. Also, complete change of topic. Yeah.
Read text while she's supposed to be podcasting, you piece of shit.
Sorry. No, I fixed up my guest room, and I'm going to allow guests into that room via Airbnb.
No, it's weird. Don't.
What do you mean it's weird?
You're just letting strangers in your house.
I'll let you in my house.
I'm not a stranger.
That's far. Yeah, I know more about you. That's the concerning part.
No, I'm not. Don't let strangers just live in your house, Ben.
You're not going to live in it. It'll be like the max they can stay is for 3 days.
That's still too long.
What are they going to do?
Really?
Yeah.
You let a complete stranger in your house and just chance it to what are they going to do? What if an enormous dude turns up and just fucks you up?
I'll use my boxing and jiu-jitsu, and he wouldn't be able to.
What if he starts nicking stuff without you knowing?
I would use my boxing and jiu-jitsu.
Without you knowing? Like, what if he leaves and you're like, oh shit, I don't have this anymore. Someone must have stolen it.
Then I would report it to Airbnb. The person's account, like they have all of their banking information, so they would be charged, and I would get my money back or I'd get my item back. Also, whenever you have used Airbnb, when have you ever stolen anything?
I mean, I've used Airbnb once, and I do not think I'd be invited back.
What did you do?
I had sex in their kitchen.
What?
Yep. Not saying it again.
Which Airbnb was it? Was I there?
No.
Didn't we Airbnb in Florida?
Oh, yeah, okay, no, not that. No, it was in Bath.
You're gross.
Yeah.
Did you at least clean up?
No.
Why?
But, like, it only started there, didn't stay there.
Laura, you're gross as well.
No, yeah, she's in the shower.
Good. She needs a shower, filthy slag. I didn't mean
You should
that.
put her in this year's birthday card.
What?
You should put that in this year's birthday card.
I'm just gonna add that comment to the picture that you send me for every Christmas card. I'm getting sick and tired of seeing pictures of your knob on my Christmas cards.
How else do you say Merry Christmas if not with your cock and balls?
That's a good point. That is a good point. But yeah, well, so most of the time, I plan to be here most of the time that the guests would be here. So the way that I envision it, it would be like they'd get here and I'd be. Have you ever seen those? Like, have you ever seen Mean Girls? Which is like, yeah, I'm mom, but like I'm not like a normal mom, like a cool mom.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't just be a host. Like I'd be like a cool host.
Oh, God.
So like they'd get here and I'd be like, hey, beer's in the fridge, go get one, let's do this. Mr. Daniels, it's Wednesday night. All right, let's do it.
Please don't be that guy.
Finally. And then but yeah, but like we'd watch some cool movies on Netflix together. We'd exchange stories. I'd tell them good night.
That's weird. Whisper it through their door.
Good night. I'd watch them sleep.
Yeah, just a few things to go through. If you wouldn't mind switching all the lights off, and that blinking in the corner of your room is absolutely not a camera. All right, good night.
Yeah, just ignore the eye-sized hole in the bathroom wall. That's nothing.
And that knob-sized hole in your bedroom.
But yeah, I mean, so my thinking is though, I have this room that I'm paying for every month. Why not make some money? I mean, I do absolutely nothing in there. Like, there's zero benefit to having it.
The ridiculous thing is, even if, like, we were talking the other day, and you're like, oh, my bedding's in the wash. I might sleep on the sofa. Like, you own a 3-bedroomed house. Go and sleep in your second bedroom.
Oh yeah. Also, that bedroom is incredible for sleeping in. That's the first time I slept in there, and I knocked out. And I could not. It's so dark in there, and it's so peaceful.
Yeah, which is why it makes much more sense than your sofa, you moron.
That said, I can fall asleep on this sofa so fast.
Dad's here.
Oh, Jesus, what does he want?
Okay, I've got to get now.
Yeah, what do you want? What's up?
Nothing. Just wanted it to say hello to Laura.
You can make an appearance if you want. You wanted him to say hello to Laura?
That's the world.
All right.
To the world.
Yeah.
There's only about 14 of us, so.
Hello.
A question for you.
For you, Dad. Yeah, go.
Have you seen? Oh, well, both of you. Have you seen the movie Split?
No.
No.
Watch the movie Split.
Is it the James McAvoy thing?
It is James McAvoy, and I would argue, having watched it last night, I want to say it's the 21st century equivalent, performance-wise, of Dr. Hannibal.
That's a very bold statement.
James McAvoy in that movie is phenomenal. It's not as scary as the Hannibal, like Silence of the Lambs or anything, but he does just as good a job as Anthony Hopkins, I think.
I tried. We were debating going to see it, but the psychology aspects of it, Laura was incensed at because they were inaccurate.
Oh, what?
Split. You know that, James?
Oh, yeah.
How can she be incensed by anything that's inaccurate? That's such a soft science.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's almost not even a science, is it?
Nothing?
Are you getting changed behind us?
No,
I was going to say, my
Because
dad is
it's
in
actually,
the room.
I'm here and it's on camera.
I'm not on camera.
I bet we'd get a few more viewers.
If you just want to shift 6 steps to the left, there we go.
And then get a boob out.
Get a,
Ben will probably vom.
get a.
I will projectile vomit.
Have you won't have seen it,
Oh,
latest TV series.
Oh,
In
God.
fact, 2 TV series.
on Netflix called Sex Education.
No,
Funny.
it's funny.
It is hysterically funny. Gillian Anderson's in it.
So Dad told me to watch this, and I started it, and the opening scene is someone just riding their boyfriend naked, going, "Do you like me tits?" And I was like, "Oh, for God's sake, how are we going to discuss this over the dinner table?"
That's like, have you ever seen Bridesmaids?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think that's funny.
The first proper dialogue in this program is a little kid gets into the back of the car. Have you seen that?
No, it's not the first bit of dialogue. I watched the first 15 minutes of the show.
I'm sure it was.
No.
Oh,
That's why I was so shocked to see this woman riding a bloke. I was like, hang on, it was supposed to be a kid getting into a car.
I thought it was right at the beginning.
No.
The metaphor, James.
This little kid gets into the car, and the first thing he says, turn around and say something to me, he just says, "Fuck off." That's just the delivery of it. Fantastic.
Sounds immense.
Series called Guilt as well.
No, I've been watching House from the beginning.
Oh, okay,
That's good, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, it is good, but it's all exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's great.
Yeah.
It's basically somebody's sick. We don't know what it is. House makes something up and is sure that it's right. Then it's not right. Then everybody says it could be a virus. It could be an infection. It's probably a tumor. Then they go searching for a tumor. They find one in somewhere that they're not supposed to find one. And then they cure the person.
That's exactly it. That's fantastic. You've just completely
Ruined House.
negated the necessity to watch 8 series of House.
Effectively.
Bellend.
Except for Dr. Cameron, who might be the love of my life.
Sorry, mate. There's a queue.
13. Way better.
Titans is on Netflix now as well.
I don't care.
Oh, you need to watch it. It's great.
No, it's
Wasn't
not.
Camp Little Hand?
It was like,
Oh, you need to
you
watch
need
it.
to watch it.
It looks absolutely magnificent.
You'll love it. Let me tell you. What else? What was the other thing? Titans and
Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
no.
Muggle juggled for Backdoor Dumbledore.
That sounds like a football score. 4. Marvel's Runaways Series 2. Good stuff there now.
It doesn't sound like it.
You just don't know what classy TV is anymore. You've lived in America for too long.
Hang on. Did James not just tell me that you recommended a show that starts with some bird riding her boyfriend saying, "Do you like my tits?"
Yeah.
And you want to get on me about you don't know.
You want to get on me with a weird
Yeah,
choice
that's
of
a really
phrase.
bad choice of words.
What?
But
And you want to get on me.
I don't know.
it's... Yeah. I'm going to use it again. I'm 60 now. I can watch these things.
No, no. Old
You're-
people are supposed to be boring and old and racist, not watching porn and calling it telly.
Yeah.
Have you also seen Double Fist and Twist? That's a good new Netflix series.
Ah, I thought it was ice cream. I was going to ask if I got a chocolate flake with it.
You idiot. Oh, God.
It's not that funny.
I really want a flake.
Do you know why 99s are called 99s?
Because they used to cost 99p.
No.
They're 9.9 inches.
No, they're 9.9
Give you
centimeters. The
9.9.
flakes are 9.9 centimeters
Why aren't they called 9.9s then? That's a fucking
because
lie.
they're 99 millimeters.
Oh, that'd be mate.
Sure, man.
Why wouldn't you have said it like that then, you knob jockey?
Because he said 99.5 inches or something.
I wish it'd be 9.5 inches. I'd be able to measure it perfectly.
There's no way I'm lobbing 4 inches off the end for anyone.
What's that from?
Dad's messed up imagination.
I don't have a messed up imagination. Do I, Laura?
You know what I was thinking about the other day, Dad?
Steady.
No, this is going to be one of those. This is another ridiculous TV show that nobody else watched. This is probably going to be like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, or
Because no one ever watched that.
not in 2009. They didn't.
Yeah, not a 54-year-old.
My God.
It was there's some, you used to reference it like semi-regularly, and it was about some chick like she's on one of those ladders in the library.
Oh, nice beaver.
No.
Oh, no, Elvira.
Whenever she falls off, the guy says, "How's your head?"
No one's ever complained yet.
Yes.
It's the film is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, I think it's called.
What
Yeah.
is How's Your Beaver?
No, nice beaver.
Isn't that an airplane?
That's a Naked Gun.
Oh, right, okay.
And it's not, nice beaver. Oh, thanks. I just had it stuff last week.
James actually had to ask me what those films were called yesterday. In fact, yesterday.
I was watching The Holy Grail, Monty Python and the Holy Grail this week, because they put that on Netflix.
Phenomenal. I bet that doesn't do well in America.
Well, they just put it on American Netflix. But yeah, I mean, it's so dated now, but it is still funny.
It's so dated, but it's just classic. So classic.
Some of it's just slapstick stuff. It's always you can't really outdate.
The only thing that is wrong with it is the way it finished. The ending of it's just ridiculous.
I mean, the whole film's pretty ridiculous.
No, I don't even remember how it ended.
Well, being chased across wherever it is, Dartmoor, by police cars.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I do remember when they have the historian who's he chimes in about something, and then in one of the following scenes, there's an ambulance talking to this old lady. It's like completely the wrong generation of people.
But there's all sorts of really, if you watch it and then watch it again, there's all sorts of things that happen all over the place that you don't really realise.
Yeah, it's they had to have been baked out of their mind for most of that.
I would suggest they were probably quite relaxed, yes.
I can't remember. I was the part about the swallow. I can't remember what it was.
African or European?
Yeah, but I can't remember what it was. They said that they would be carrying. Could have been a swallow. No, oh, it was a coconut. Didn't they throw a coconut or something?
Yeah. It was the wind speed velocity of the sparrow. African or European? I don't know that.
Could have been two swallows. There's no way that they were both holding on to a coconut. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But it's like we have conversations like that from time to time.
We are the knights who say,
Me.
Yeah, bizarre.
Who up until recently said me.
This is going to sound like this portion of the podcast is going to sound like, you know, that part of Austin Powers whenever when Michael Caine and Mike Myers are talking Cockney rhyming slang.
Yeah.
You know, what are they talking about? And they shit on a turtle. All right, my son.
Fantastic. Another great. We reference that quite often as well, don't we?
You reference that.
No, you do as well.
You reference just about every movie ever that nobody else has really seen.
Yeah, because no one's really ever seen
Elvira.
Austin Powers. Well, you remember it, which is the kind of weird thing.
No, I remember it because I was like, why is he making blowjob jokes to his son?
On his 7th birthday.
Yeah. Happy 5th birthday. You should watch this film.
Yeah, I've still got it in the wrapping.
That must be the black version of it. I've never seen a rap version of it. Sorry, everybody that's
No.
Yeah, let's not go that route.
Such a dad joke.
Such a dad joke. Right. Anyway, it's been a real blast. We should do this every so often.
Mm.
Hey, you're not doing the ironing.
How was I supposed to be doing the hanging? Oh, because it's my I
Isn't
know.
that the continuity thing?
Yeah, but then fuck that.
One of the annoying things about that is that there's a girl in my office who only refers to James as Iron Man.
Min.
No, and it's yeah.
It wouldn't fit in my helmet if it was.
What?
That it wouldn't fit in my helmet if it was.
What wouldn't fit in your helmet?
Never mind then. The wasted joke.
Yes, it was. You're right. Right. I'll catch up with you later, Benjamin.
All right, bye, Dad.
Have a lovely week.
Thanks.
Why did you just shake your head?
Because I missed the joke.
Never mind. See you. Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.
Oh, weird.
Very weird. Whose suit is that in the background?
It's not a suit, it's a coat.
Whose coat is that in the background?
It's not a coat, it's a jacket. How long we do that for? Mine.
Whose overalls are that? It's yours?
Yeah.
Are you aware that you're wearing a woman's jacket?
Matches my underwear.
Why do you have tan underwear?
I have women's underwear. What's wrong with a tan coat?
Well, it looks like a blazer. Put it on.
What? No, because I'm wearing sweatpants and a hoodie. It'll look stupid.
Oh, it's going to look stupid regardless of what you're wearing, if you ask me.
It looks good. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, bye. No, I got a tan coat and I got a similar length blue coat for Christmas.
Oh yeah, this was the Christmas of coats, I believe.
Was indeed.
Very nice.
So, other than allowing people to stay in your home, how has the Uber driving been going?
Always interesting. Always interesting. I picked up this Nigerian dude, this older. I want to say he was like very early 40s, maybe. And he told me he was from Nigeria. His accent gave it away, but he actually told me he was from Nigeria.
Okay.
And John Bon Jovi's going crazy at this Patriots game right now for some reason. So I gave him a ride. So I picked him up kind of close to my house, and I took him clean across the city. So I live on the southeast side of Houston. I took him all the way to the southwest side. And it was very unusual because the reason I was taking him, he was going to go pick up his wife's car where he had left the car to be washed. Why you wouldn't go get your car washed at any number of car washes or car detailing places that are closer than the 42 miles I drove him is beyond me. But anyway, yeah, he was telling me that this place, the guy that he left his car with, he left it with him on Sunday and he went to go pick it up on Wednesday. He said this guy only cleans one car a day. That's how thorough he is. And I was like, that sounds wildly inefficient, and I hate to think how much you have to pay to him to be able to maintain his lifestyle with that. But so I drive him there, and he was telling me about the reason that he needed to take his car to the to get it cleaned out was because he had just driven to California and Las Vegas on a family vacation. So him and his wife and his 2 daughters went. I was like, oh, it sounds rough. He's like, yeah, I normally like to fly on those trips, but I was like, something like he just kind of faded off, and I was like, there's more to that story. So I mean, I didn't force it out of him, but I just kind of was like, but what?
That is forcing it out.
Whatever. And so basically, he was telling me that whenever he was in college, he was dating this girl who was she was 22 years older than me. He said I was 21 when we were dating, and she was 43 and 44. It's like, and she was an air stewardess, or like a flight attendant. And so he was like, so we had our thing, but then as time went on, like we just kind of went our separate ways, and I went to school in a different state. Like I moved to Houston to come do my master's, blah blah blah. But we always kept in touch, and whenever I needed a flight, she would always, like whenever we were dating, if I needed to take a flight somewhere, she would always hook me up, pretty much. He's like, so we were in college, and like I would fly to London or to Paris or to like Brussels or Vienna, and it'd be like a $300 round trip flight. I'm like, dang. He's like, yeah, it was amazing. But then I got married, and I was like, oh, so no more trips, huh? That's why you drove. And he's like, no, we still take trips. I'm like, and does your wife know this? And he goes, my wife knows her, but she doesn't know who she is. And I was like, what does that mean? And he goes, well, I tell my wife that this lady is my ticket representative. I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, but like I've told her many times, I've had to tell he keeps doing this, my ticket representative. I've had to tell her many times that nothing will happen. Like we're just friends at this point. I'm like, and how does she take that? And he goes, she sends me emails maybe 2 or 3 times a year saying, hey, I'm in Houston, come see me. And I either don't respond or I have to be very firm and say, no, not this time. I'm like, what do you mean not this time? He's like, well, I have to leave that window open. Otherwise the tickets might go away. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is terrible.
Genius.
And I was like, yeah, you know what, dude? I'm single. I need to go home. I need to go to England on a more regular basis than you do. Tell her to come hit me up. And he goes, oh, well, she's in her 60s. She's in her 60s now. Don't get me wrong. She still looks okay. But she's very old. I'm like, okay, all right, never mind.
Wow, 60.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this dude was a chemical engineer. He's living his best life. Just pumping the honeys and gathering frequent flyer miles.
What a way to go through life.
Yeah. I picked up this other lady. I picked up this lady on Friday night. I picked her up from a motel. And so I got there, and like, she seemed very, like, I picked people up from this place before, and typically the people that you pick up from motels are not like the high, like pretty low middle class or low class economically. Like there's not a lot of money. Like you stay in a motel if you don't have a lot of money. Like you don't have a place to stay, basically. So I picked this lady up, and from first glance, it was exactly another one of those kind of cases. And so she was leaving the motel, so she was bringing a ton of stuff and like just jamming it into the car pretty much. So I got out and like helped her get everything in, and she stunk of cigarette smoke, and all like the bags that she was using were kind of tatty. And I was like, oh, there's another one of those cases. So I felt like I was just going to be taking her from one motel to another motel, or I mean something similar. Like we weren't going anywhere special. So this lady gets in the back of the car, and she spoke slower than anybody I've ever met in my entire life. It was like that scene from Zootopia where the sloth tells the joke and the punchline takes forever. This was the speed that she was speaking at. It was a 9-mile trip, and we finished 4 sentences. But she was super complimentary. Also, I take her to this place, and I get there, and it's this beautiful house. Beautiful house. I'm like, why are you in a motel? She's like, oh, well, me and my girlfriend, we were working, and I was like, it's not important. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like we drop her off, and we walk past. There's a Corvette in the driveway, and she goes by, and all of a sudden, I just realized this. Like we get there, she's like, "Hey, baby, it's good to see you." Like not slow at all. I was like, she was just playing me. She was just pranking me in the car. She had to have been, because as soon as she saw her car, she was like full speed. Doesn't make any sense.
Weird.
Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so I drop her off, I help bring her all of her bags up, and I'm really working for my tip. Tips are where it's at when you're Uber driving. So I drop all of her bags off exactly where she tells me to. I'm like, okay, ma'am, you have a great night. It was great to meet you. And she's like, oh, it was fantastic to meet you too. Don't worry, I will go in the app. And at this point, I just kind of tuned out. And I was like, she's going to give me a tip. I was like, sweet, okay. I was like, okay, well, have a good one. And I get back into the car and I wait because I saw her pull out her phone. I get back in the car and I wait. She didn't give me a tip. She gave me a compliment, which achieves nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like I got I got my 5-star rating and it said like great conversation or something like that. Nobody reads those when they get an Uber. Nobody.
No.
I don't care if you compliment. I don't even. You could have given me 1 star. If you'd given me a $5 tip, we're cool. Doesn't matter.
What do you need a tip for? You're already getting paid really well to Uber drive people.
It's not really well. I mean,
considering you do it on the side and you already have a well-paid job.
I mean, but yeah, it's still. I mean, I'm making that extra. I didn't have to get out and help her with her bags. I didn't have to do all that stuff. That's not included in my service.
You should have done if you're a good British man.
Well, I did it because I am a good British man. But come on now, help your boy out. But yeah, that's happened to me twice this week. 3 times this weekend, where I've been like over the top with my service, and somebody's looked at me and be like, "Don't worry, you're getting 5 stars." I'm like, I don't care. Give me $5. That's what I want. Like that's
sound just like that guy from Parks and Rec.
Which guy?
The Asian guy.
Aziz Ansari.
Yeah. Your delivery then for that was exactly the way he says stuff.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Mm.
But yeah, I was frustrated by that. Yeah, what else have I had? I picked up this lady and. Well, I picked the 2 stories. I picked up this lady, and the ride was 3.9 miles. I took her from her house to a bar that was pretty much down the street. She's a single mother. She has enrolled her daughter in karate because her daughter has been getting into a lot of trouble at school, and she needed a way to kind of teach her daughter discipline and try and humble her. She was very upset that her second youngest son was leaving home. He had chosen to go and live with his dad instead of live with her. And she was very upset by that. And in how long does it take you to drive 4 miles? Like 5 minutes. We had covered her youngest daughter, her eldest son, who had already decided that he wanted to live with his dad, and the second son, who had now recently decided that he wanted to live with her dad. And she was like very upset in the back of the car. I was like, this is a 4-mile drive. Like if we'd been going a long way, I could have charged you by the hour, and it would have been like a full-blown therapy session.
That's nuts.
Yeah, some people, and so I picked the last ride I did last night. I picked up this security guard from his apartment complex, and I took him to this local church where he does security at. And he was telling me all about how his ex-girlfriend cheated on him 4 years ago. His ex-girlfriend that he was almost engaged to cheated on him. I'm like, this was like this was probably about 4 miles too. Some people.
Why would you tell strangers this stuff? I don't know why people are so.
Some people just get in the car and they're like, I'm gonna tell them everything. Like I've had people cry in the car with me before. I've had people like that guy. Whenever I took him to go pick his car up, he was like, come, get out of the car, come. And like he opened up the bonnet, the hood of the car. Like shows me inside all the car, shows me the boot, the trunk of the car. I'm like, cool, man. I just want to go home. But yeah, like some people just get so invested in the conversation. It must be because, and my theory is that whenever you know that you're not going to see this person again, or they're like inconsequential in your life, pretty much, there's no hesitancy in telling them everything because it makes no difference. Like even if they go and tell the next person they see, the next person they see is not going to be somebody that you will ever meet, you know, especially in a place as big as Houston.
Yeah. So we went to go. So we had to choose all the options for the house last weekend, and then we were back again this weekend, meeting the site manager, like doing all the building, whatever. We're overseeing all the building. And as we're in, there's a girl in the office who's picking her options, and she's going to be our neighbor. So we
hold the camera still.
Sorry. So Laura was in one of the show homes, I think, looking at something or getting something from the car. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, nice to meet you. I'm James. She just introduced herself and whatever else. And I go upstairs, and Laura walked by and heard, and she's full on explaining it. So she's buying the whole house by herself, and she's getting like all the expensive upgrades and everything. Like I think her mum is loaded because they showed up in a very nice Merc. And it sounds like she had a very terrible ex-boyfriend, and her like that she lived with maybe, and her mum's just gone, no, don't live with him anymore. I'll just buy your own house, move out. But Laura walked past, and she's full on telling like the rep for Taylor Wimpey that her ex-boyfriend is now like, what was it, like on parole?
I was hearing words like probation.
Yeah,
they're all like it, and it's a bad family.
Yeah,
and stuff
but
like that.
if you meet someone who is literally just there to sign paperwork for your house, do you tell them that your ex-boyfriend was abusive and you're buying this one to get away from them? Like, you just be like, no, can I just have your house, please? You know?
That's true. But that said, so the lady who used to live in my house, I knew coming in that they were selling the house because they were getting divorced. When I'd been in the house for more than 15 minutes, and you start to see, like, look around and you see things on the wall. There's like little dents in the wall. The master bedroom door was off the hinges, and it was in the garage, and it was like in pieces, like it had been beaten through. Like the front door, it looks like there's like footprints indented into the door. And you're like, oh gee, what happened here? So there was this was like right after we moved in. I still get a bunch of their mail. I guess a lot of the things that they work with, they just didn't update their mailing address. But so this one thing came in, and it looked like relatively important. So I found a lady on Facebook. I was like, hey, I don't have any other way to contact you, sorry, but it looks like there's some mail for you here. You're welcome to come collect it if you want. And she's like, oh yeah, great, whatever, so thankful. But then so she added me as a friend on Facebook, and so I was like, all right, whatever, just in case it happens again, easy to find her. She will regularly post on Facebook about how much of a shitbag her ex-husband was, and like how abusive he was. I'm like, that is not the place for that. Wow, not at all. Because I'm assuming, well, I mean, I would assume that she's friends still with, like, they have mutual friends on Facebook. So, like, yeah. I mean, granted, like, I'm not defending him, but, like, also don't publicly humiliate him. Like, I'm not saying that there's any place at all for what he did. And, like, depending on the shape of the house, I'm ecstatic that she got out of there. But there are better environments for you to talk about that than Facebook.
Yep.
I mean, if you, like, I get it. If you want to just, if you want to be like outspoken about domestic abuse, that's great. I'm all for it. If you want to share some of your experiences, I'm all for it. Do not name and shame this dude on a public resource where people will tear him to shreds.
Yeah. Well,
like he would be tagged in posts and stuff. It's like, oh my God.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Ed Clark was going to a party. He got invited to a party. He's like, he sent me and Keith a message one day. Like, I've been invited to this really shit party, and I was not looking forward to it at all. It was like it was created on a Facebook event, and he was like, yeah, it was just going to be boring until this. And he sent us a screenshot, and someone had commented saying, "Hi Gina, thank you very much for the invite. I hope you have a really great day. I won't be attending because Matt cheated on me." Like, oh shit! This newsfeed filled up with people like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. My piece of shit ex-boyfriend cheated on me too." And like, everyone was just revealing their drama to this girl to try and make her feel better. And Ed was like, "This is going to be the best fucking party I've ever been." I don't know how it turned out. I forgot to follow that up. I don't even know if he went in the end. But how crazy is that?
People are weird.
But like, if that dude goes to the birthday party, everyone's gonna be like, "Bit of a dickhead, aren't you, mate?" Not welcome here.
All right, Matt. How's it going, mate? Staring at me.
Yeah. So very awkward.
That is weird. That was like, remember whenever Noel? Do you remember when Noel texted you whenever we were getting a divorce? I don't even remember what it said.
I probably still have it. I don't delete texts.
Oh, go find it, because that was a doozy just out of nowhere.
Yeah. Maybe I don't. Maybe I did delete it. Yeah, no, I don't have it.
But it was something along the lines of, "Hi, James. Just to let you know, Ben and I are separating because of he's abusive or something, right?"
Yeah, it was something along the lines of, I'm sure you know by now that me and Ben are separated. I'm really sorry to have to tell you, but it's because Ben was abusive, or something like that. And then you just responded with like a whole page of ha ha ha's.
No, I think I just said LOL or something like that.
Yes, it was something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I have it anymore. But yeah, it was really weird,
Women are crazy, man.
right?
Women
Not
are...
all of them.
I don't know. You're pretty crazy.
Laura, what's the craziest thing you've ever done besides say yes to James's proposal?
Dickhead.
It's a catch.
Never really done.
I'm not the kind of crazy girlfriend without saying. Like, I'm a crazy person. I'm not.
Yeah.
These are things.
No, she's never like threatened to glue my balls to my leg or something.
What a way to go.
Also, yeah, I think yes.
That's true. Yeah. Laura had a really bad cold. Do you have an old soil in America just for content?
We have like Vicks and that kind of stuff.
No. We'd argued and then we went to sleep. And I woke up the next morning and Laura was like, "I was so tempted to put all the soil on your balls while she was sleeping." Imagine how uncomfortable that would be.
Well, so I like to cook with jalapenos. Like I'll make like jalapeno poppers and stuff. And if you scratch your balls after cutting those,
Oof.
just kill me instead. I'd rather do that.
I'd rather die than have hot balls.
It's not hot balls. It's scorching hot balls. But yeah, like you have to shower.
Really?
Oh, it's unbearable.
Pretty funny.
It feels like it gets inside the testicles.
Oof.
Yeah, it's rough.
I don't think I've ever done anything like that. Not burn.
Remember when you did that nasty, horrible drinking challenge?
It didn't involve my knob though.
It probably involves somebody else's, you weirdo.
No. It
What did you drink?
was I don't know, like a bunch of different spirits.
What?
Like vodka, rum, whiskey, I don't know, just a whole bunch of crap poured into a glass.
Wasn't it like all filtered through an old sock or something?
Yeah, it was filtered through the sock that I had just finished practicing. And then I cracked an egg in there, whisked it all up. And
it was a full pint.
it was a full pint. It fucking tasted like arse.
Sure it did.
But the guy before me, so we started this, it was called Neck and Nominate. And we started this challenge. And it was like, the idea was that we would start slow and then you'd build up. And whoever got challenged last had a big deal to outdo everyone. And I was the third one that got challenged. The guy before me fucking breathed fire. Like he used some spirit that was like 90-something proof. And he put it in his mouth and spat it through a lighter to prove how hot it was. And he started a fire. And I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to outdo fire? This is the third go.
You should have been, you should have been on fire while drinking your thing.
I think that was the only way I could have done it. That's the fastest I've ever been drunk in my entire life.
I saw a video the other day of some guy neck a bottle of Jack and he bottle rocketed it.
Oof.
But it was like a full handle of Jack. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
The caption underneath was what I would do what I want to do when I stand on my dog's tail and he doesn't know it's an accident.
Oh.
Rough.
Yeah. Well, nice pun.
Anyway. Reach. I think we should probably call it because it's getting to the one.
Yeah.
All right. I love you.
Love you too.
You said it.
Just kidding. Fuck you.
Oh, mean it.
No.
Mean it.
No.
Mean it.
No. I'm really mad that I said it. I completely forgot that was a thing. Damn it.
Wait.
Oh, God.
All right. Oh God.
We should talk about the next one. We should talk about that thing I did to put Ed off.
We should. I do enjoy that because it also puts everybody else in the world off as well. All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.